Welcome back to We'll Run For. This is your host, Tom, and with me as always is Aaron.
Hello.
Michael.
Hello.
That was very low energy.
And Diana.
Hey.
Hey, gang. How's everybody doing?
I'm just laughing at Diana right now, like I always do.
Who isn't?
It's just, I'm like a cartoon character. I must have an Oreo in my mouth, so I tried to sneak an Oreo right before we started recording. That's louder than I thought it was going to be.
This is
much louder.
This is the best. I love it.
I feel like anytime I try and like open a bag or something in the morning, like and not disturb anyone, it's like the loudest thing that's ever happened. Yeah.
It's like every door creaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, rule of thumb, whenever you try to be quiet, that's the loudest you will ever be.
It's true. Oh, god.
Did you guys have a good week?
Yeah, I mean,
been
I
cold,
don't even know.
yeah.
It's freezing. My face hurts. I complained every second of every run for the last few weeks. What
Yeah.
did we do? Oh, we went for a hike with our friend Robert
yeah.
from Pineland Striders.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
Listener Robert.
Robert joined us up on
Tammany.
Mount Tammany last week.
Yeah. And my face was cold and it hurt. And I'm tired of being where my face hurts.
Yeah.
I cannot believe you guys went out. I did the treadmill. Like, I looked at the weather before going to bed, and I said, no, not doing it. And just decided the night before I was going to do the treadmill.
It
Yeah.
was pretty nice actually because it wasn't windy. It wasn't windy up there,
Yeah.
so it wasn't terrible. So it was like mid-20s, but you know when it's a straight up like 1,400 feet, so you really
The problem is that
warm up.
because it's 1,400 feet straight up or 1,200, whatever it is, it's hot.
Icy?
It's warm.
Hot.
Yeah, like you
You
get
get
warm
warm because you're
exerting
constantly-
so much
yeah.
effort. But then the
That's
problem
never
is
happened to
on
me.
the way down,
you're not exerting.
you're not
that much
exerting
effort.
any
I'm just
effort.
not exerting enough energy to warm myself up.
I don't know because it like you don't have a choice but to warm up trying to go up those.
Yeah, even if you're going,
those
we weren't going
rocks.
fast.
Like, we weren't going
so,
fast. I mean, we were
yeah.
doing like 30-minute miles.
Yeah.
It's not like we were going fast up them. It's just
Yeah.
they're hard.
Yeah.
Well, I
yeah.
usually have like a rule. Like if it's in the 20s and I'm not actively training for something, I'm not going to run outside. Like
That's pretty good rule, actually.
And
yeah.
like it's just too cold. It's not worth it. And then last weekend, the real feel was supposed to be like it was 14 degrees or something when I was supposed to start running. And I was like, I'm not doing that. That's crazy. I think I'm breaking my rule tomorrow, though, because I think we are planning on getting up and running at 7. And I think the
Yeah.
real feel is in the 20s. I think it's supposed to be 30
Yeah.
and
Well,
then the
this-
real feel in the 20s.
It's going to be terrible.
Yeah,
gonna
this
be
morning
windy.
was like real feel of like
Super windy,
7
yeah.
here.
So we
and
were like, no.
tonight, well, that's why we're recording tonight because I rearranged our entire plans because I didn't want to run tonight because it was supposed to be 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts tonight, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. So we're gonna run on Saturday when it's still gonna be cold, but it's not gonna be like 25-mile-an-hour sustained winds with 40-mile gusts.
I'm
Yeah.
just happy it's going to be dry because
Yeah,
if it
tomorrow,
was remotely damp outside, it would just be all ice and I'd be scared and
if it was
I'd be
moist.
forced onto the treadmill again.
Yeah.
Oh no, those rules change. Like if it's raining, then I'm not running outside if it's like the low 40s. It's just miserable. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I think we went out the other night when it was misty and about 35 or 40.
Oh God.
It's hard to run in the cold. Like I
don't
feel like
know.
your legs lock up. Like Karate Chop mentioned
Oh,
something.
yeah.
He went out on a run or something, and I know he's super fast, but like he was like everything felt like bricks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can't breathe. Like I feel like my chest gets all
Yeah.
tight. I hate it.
Well, he
I
went out this
don't-
morning. It was 8 degrees when he went out.
oh my God.
It's
I'd rather run in the
crazy.
heat.
I got a text from my friend Laura that was like 7 degrees feels like -9. I'm like,
Oh, my
my
God.
gosh.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's
thankfully.
It's really
a little
tough
too
if,
much.
if you don't have a race that you're training for. It's
That,
really tough
yeah.
to talk yourself into that.
I
Yeah.
agree.
But I don't know. I'm a cold weather runner anyway. So I
Yeah.
guess I don't mind it as long as it's not. The problem really is the wind for me. The second it's windy, I'm out.
We should do an episode on cold versus hot weather running.
You
at
know
some
what?
point.
We
Man,
should
we gotta
just
do
talk
that
about
sometime.
it forever and then never do it.
And then just never ever do it.
Every
It's
episode.
like Kimmel. It's like Jimmy Kimmel when he's gonna have Matt Damon on. And
Yeah.
isn't it like my apologies to Matt Damon
Yeah.
because he never has him on?
Oh,
God.
gosh. Yes. So maybe one day, but today's not that day.
No, but I will. I don't know. Like, I always thought buffs. I don't know why I had it in my head because I'm not one of those like gender specific people. But I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure if I could do a buff for some reason, and I think it might be cold enough tomorrow where I actually got a buff for a race with a gator.
Yeah.
So I might try and use that tomorrow because it's so.
It's
freaking
nice,
Yeah, I
like
use
around
them.
the neck. Yeah.
I use them pretty frequently, mostly because it's easier to pull up when you're trying
On the
to
trail
pass
or
somebody
something.
on
Yeah,
a
yeah.
trail as a mask. But I also like it because then I can start out with it as a mask and then put it up on my ears if my ears get extra cold, or it'll be around my neck and keep my neck warm if I am a little chilly. Because I tend to not wear a lot of layers, but I
Yeah.
like ear warmers. There's like certain things that need to be warm, my ears and my hands.
That makes sense.
My
Dick
fingers are the
strings.
first to go. I know this isn't our topic, but my fingers kill me at the beginning of a cold run.
Yeah.
And no gloves that I've ever bought are good enough.
You need to put like a little hand warmer in.
Yeah. You can use the hand
Yeah,
warmers,
Robert, actually, it was funny. He had, he said, because he says the same thing, that he has the problem. So he uses gloves, puts a little hand warmer at the tips of his gloves, and then he uses socks
over top.
over top of them
Oh.
to hold the hand warmers like
Yeah.
inside his gloves. Like in
For
his,
that
Oh, like
extra
little
warmth.
mittens.
yeah,
Yeah.
like little mittens.
Yep. Like a simple mitten. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute. Well, I don't know. They like my hands get really cold, but they're the first thing to warm up.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
So
how
like
I
they're
am
the
too.
first thing I take off. Well, and it's weird because I don't know. I was running a couple weeks ago, and I kept taking my gloves off and putting them back
Ah,
on, like
yes,
Yeah.
That's me.
because the wind kept changing. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, it's so hot with my gloves, and I take them off for 10 minutes, and then
Yeah, then you're
the wind would start blowing, and I'm like, nope.
You get that feeling around
Exactly.
your wrist where the glove sits, where it's like tingly because it's like itchy and hot, and I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you guys like dress way cooler than we do, so we'll see. I don't know. We'll see if I like it or not. I think it's just like I feel like I get like claustrophobic with stuff around my neck.
I can see that.
I feel that way too because I don't do turtlenecks either. Like I've way back in the 80s when turtlenecks were a thing. I was not a turtleneck person because I don't like it. Like or the chokers in the was it the 90s or
that was
the
definitely 90s, early
2000s when the
2000s,
chokers
yeah.
were really popular. I could never do them because I don't like anything on my neck. The gaiters are actually surprisingly a little
they're
loose.
loose.
Like you can pull it a little bit, and so then it like kind of hangs a little bit more.
Yeah, some are looser than others. If you find a nice, the ones I like to run with are the looser ones that
Yeah.
aren't really, because I don't like that restrictive like.
Yeah, I
feeling
hate
either.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll report back. We'll see.
Okay.
All right. That
Yeah.
was a nice stretch of
Meh.
banter. Michael,
Mhm.
do we have any 5-star reviews?
Yes, we have. We do have one new one here from VK Runs Lot, who is Vanessa from Beast Pacing, Batona Trail Series. Love the back and forth banter between the crew. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Vanessa.
Did you give her 5 miles, Tom?
I gave her 5 miles. I think it was last Sunday.
Oh, there you go.
She didn't even request anything weird. I tried to get her
Yeah,
to.
she
I
should've.
sent her a message and said, "Tom's up the ante," and she didn't send us anything.
I will do
I want-
anything.
I wanted her to tell you to do something weird.
I know. So the next person that leaves a review, please ask me to do something weird. Challenge is out there.
I'm making an account.
Oh gosh.
Oh, goodness.
I already have an idea. It was in our notes earlier.
There was two options. One was a little bit more complicated, so we'll have to take that offline.
Oh gosh.
But
We'll get a
what
diagram.
what are we running for this week?
Oh
wants to
my
kick us off?
gosh. Well, I am running for Crabs, the kind you eat.
Why haven't you told me about this?
The kind you eat.
Don't make it awkward.
I remember, sidebar, when I was in high school, my mom.
Diana and crabs in high school. Story of my life.
My mom is like, and I have one at my house too now. She has like a whiteboard on her fridge that has that you just put like a grocery list on. So like as you're running out of stuff, you like put stuff on there.
Yeah.
And my friend Josh came over and put crab medicine on her shopping list.
Oh my God.
Oh.
This is the quality content you guys get here. Anyway, I am running for the crabs that you eat and pick apart and like, anyway.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those are delicious.
They are delicious and we have had
And
them.
you're not even from Maryland.
No, but we've had them like 3 times in the last like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks for some reason.
Yeah.
And so last night we got like this huge crab bake and had snow crab and blue crab in it. And I picked every last bit of it apart. And so we had some leftover that I picked apart and it was in this garlic, buttery sauce.
Oily, buttery.
Yeah, it was so good. So we ate crabs last night and then I picked all the rest leftovers. And tonight we ate crab pasta. We put all that into a pan with some other seafood and ate crab pasta. It was amazing.
Love it. Well, and crabs aren't even in season. So
No.
you guys are rocking it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That was good. It was a little too much oil, though. I probably drank like a pint of oil by the end of it.
Probably.
But, it was delicious.
I'm sure that's pleasant in your body right now.
Yeah, it feels amazing. I'm sure it's going to be amazing
great.
tomorrow morning running 10 miles or whatever.
Oh, God.
Let's see. Going back to Vanessa, I am running for is it the Batona or is it Beast Pacing virtual series?
It's technically beast pacing.
Okay, so finishing up my 150 mile. What month are we in? January.
We're still in January.
Finishing my 150 for January. We have to do like 11 miles tomorrow, so I'm running for those miles to finish that out. Had a nice consistent month, and I'll be signing up for February. I'll probably only sign up for the 100 in February though, just to be safe.
Yeah, we've been pushing to the limit on like these races. She does the virtual challenge, the 100-mile or the 150. When they have like 200 and 300. There's a 50. There's a lot of race distances, but we've been doing generally the 100 or the 150. And every time, no matter which distance it is, we like to push it to the very like last 2 days possible so that we have to put all the miles like in at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So not great.
No, we were pretty
should get better at
consistent
that.
this month, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we hit like 30 to 37 miles every week. So
That's awesome. I feel like this week was really bad for me. Like, I just was not, I don't know. It was just one of those weeks where I wasn't motivated. So I didn't try and I worked out a little bit, but not as much as I had been. But, sometimes those weeks just happen.
Yep. That's it.
I mean, that's what I'm running for because I'm trying to make up for a slow start to the week. We had some ice or something, and I'm a giant baby. So I let that make me talk myself out of swimming on Tuesday morning. And then I made a pact and I was like, I'm going to come home and I'm going to run. And I didn't do that. And so Monday passed, Tuesday passed. And then we ran with our group on Wednesday.
But we barely did 2 miles.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Yeah.
And we wanted to go to Black Flag and try their amazing new beer. So.
And then, yesterday I did get a good swim in and I ran today and we'll run tomorrow. So I'm just trying to make up for the week. I don't want to completely miss out on a week, but I definitely made a lot of excuses. So
It happens.
Tomorrow's another day.
No
I
big
feel
deal.
I feel like I did something every day, just not. I had been doing 3 or 4 things every day. So just kind of slacked off. But what I'm running for, in addition to my amazing new beer from Black Flag, it's called Big Fruit, and it just released today. And it's a pulpy sour with raspberry, blueberry, and black currant.
Ooh, wow.
And it's phenomenal. It's so good.
That sounds amazing.
It's so freaking good. But what I'm actually running for is, as of us recording this, Sunday is Valentine's Day, and Charm City Run is doing one of their holiday runs. So I have new gooders that are Valentine's Day, and then a new Valentine's Raw Threads, and I'm really excited about how cute I'm going to be.
The pink ones with the little hearts on them?
Yes.
Oh, I wanted them and I didn't buy them.
Oh, they're so cute. I bought I think they had 2 pairs left when I was at Charm City on Wednesday, so I picked them up. But I have 4 other pairs of pink gooder, so I was like, do I really need these? And
yes,
I did, because these have hearts.
Yes, I agree. Gooder actually has a bunch of really cute ones out right now. I was just looking when I was looking at the Valentine's Day ones.
Yeah, I feel like I need green. I don't have a good green. I have shamrock and I have green Christmas, but I don't just have everyday green.
I did look at the Valentine's Day Raw Threads stuff, but I resisted.
Yeah, they were 25% off the other day. I put them in my cart and I waited and waited and waited, and then it finally was 25% off Valentine's Day.
Oh.
So
Nice.
And now it's time for our Will Run 4 goal getters. Congrats on making your goals, you getters. Oh, do you realize this shit?
It's our newest segment.
Welcome
Goal
to
Getters.
Goal Getters. Thank you guys for getting your goals. So here we go. Our goal getters for this particular episode. Where in the future you don't know what time it is we're talking about. So Run Eat Drink, Amy from Run Eat Drink. She can't run right now, but she has 2 goals that were achieved this week. First, to be featured on Great Podcast, and that's because Run Eat Drink was on the next Inside the Runner studio, which comes out before this episode.
So hopefully you've listened to it already.
So hopefully you've listened to it. If not, go back and listen to it. It was last week. Let's see. And now she realizes what her favorite curse word is, and of course that is part of the Inside the Runner Studios questions, and it is strumpet for the record. Second, she increased the number of team members on her Donna Virtual team in order to raise funds for those fighting for breast cancer. So she's up to a total of 17 members, and she thinks we had something to do with that, so I appreciate that. And that's a great little race or a big race actually, that her and Dana do every year. That to benefit breast cancer survivors, I believe.
Yeah,
and honor.
Yeah, I think that it's to raise money just for research and stuff, and
care. And,
Dana's mother had passed away from breast cancer, so
and that's in Jacksonville,
one of the things
right?
that they do. Yes, Jacksonville.
Yeah, so it's a pretty big race, and they do it every year, so that's awesome. Laura Duxon, she's halfway through her winter challenge to run 120 miles in January and February. So she hit the January half, which is 60, and she got 62.4 in. Greg, we'll have to add an addendum to this because we don't know if he hit his goal yet, but he's got a goal of 45 miles next Saturday. He's got a race coming up. So
he's got it. I'm going to just positively say he's got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think it'll be an issue. We're going to say he got the goal. If he didn't, I'll come back and edit this, and we'll pretend it never happened. And then our final goal getter, I don't think she knows she's a goal getter, but we'll run for tacos. She had a goal of eating an entire 12-pack of Taco Bell tacos.
Oh my God!
And she ate the whole.
Love her.
And she ate the whole thing. So good for her.
Yes, guys, that's what we mean by goal getting.
That's a goal too.
I mean,
That's a great
whatever,
goal.
whatever
I
your
am
goals
so
are.
proud of you.
Yes, thank you. We are proud of you all, especially you all on.
Especially you. Literally on Wednesday, we ran maybe a mile and a half and then sat through a nutrition seminar with our running group, left, went to a brewery. I drank enough where I demanded Taco Bell on the way home.
It's called balance.
That's what that was. After getting talked to by a nutritionist who was telling us how we have to be careful and conscious about what we put in our bodies.
Oh God. We had McDonald's on the way back from
from Mount Tammany.
The hike last weekend. And the entire time, for whatever reason, that's what I was dreaming of on my way up and down twice. I'm like, maybe I can convince him to stop at McDonald's so we can get some McDonald's.
And then I was like, hey, Do you want to stop at McDonald's?
And then we were like, oh, we'll just get the 2 cheeseburger meal and share a large fry. And then I saw that there was like the double on my app. I had a buy one get one free double cheeseburger and stuff. So I was like, we should just get like a bunch of other, like a couple double cheeseburgers and
like who shares a cheeseburger meal? Like a cheese. Like,
well, we usually get it.
It's just one cheeseburger.
Yeah.
It's not even.
Yeah,
like a
but we were
double
like
cheeseburger.
going to.
We were going to eat when we got
home.
So we just wanted enough. To
we needed a
sustain it.
snack.
Yeah. It
was just like a little snacky snack. Instead, it turned into a 2 double cheeseburgers and an extra large fry.
That was not the full. That would not have been the full meal. No. That was like, oh, we got a 2-hour drive home. Let's have a snack. Yeah. Kind of thing. So
gotcha.
that's what that was.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. So
don't feel like you have to justify your good decisions to us.
No, I'm not even justifying it because what was it? The labor pains?
Oh my God.
Do you know how much we after that one I wanted McDonald's too? We got the double quarter pounder cheese meal, right? You got the double quarter pounder?
Or did I get a Big Mac? I don't even know.
God, a Big Mac is so good.
Yeah.
And we got like the 10-piece nugget plus another meat. Like we got so much food from McDonald's for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. We were starving. We were like,
it was not 12 tacos from Taco Bell.
That's impressive.
Olan, you're our hero.
Good luck. Good luck to you tomorrow.
Tom attempted the 12 taco meal that night. He tried to put our stuff in somebody else's car.
Right.
That's right. I remember that.
That's right. Yes.
And then I just found tacos like all over the house. They were everywhere.
Real quick before we move on, another goal getter. Same goal getter. She's running the Snow Devil 100 this week, the weekend before this is coming out. So we're actually not going to know for sure what happened. We might have to do another addendum.
Yeah.
But good luck, or good luck in the past.
Yep. Yes.
We're proud of you.
We are proud of you. 100 miles in snowshoes.
Vermont, right?
Vermont. Yeah, Snow Devil.
Well, I think it's only snowshoes if you need them, right? Is that what it is?
Probably, but we're supposed to be getting a huge storm this weekend. So.
I don't think it's going that far north. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Regardless, we'll find out this next weekend. So
Irregardless,
we'll find out.
Stop it.
So if you want to be a goal getter, remember, it doesn't have to be, it can be just a fun goal, like eating 12 tacos. Or, another person who didn't say they had a goal, but Jamie did his first 10K, I believe.
I think it was his second 10K.
Second 10K, and he ran it in a really nice time, 10:30 pace, really great.
Oh, that's awesome. Get at it.
I'm going to get him out there. But keep an eye out for our post on Instagram and Facebook where we ask for the goal getters, or email us at willrunforpodcast@gmail.com. And you too can be a real goal getter.
A real goal getter.
Yeah, we need to work on that delivery.
Workshop that.
I don't know. I'm having trouble. I keep wanting to say gold.
Oh,
gold getter.
Can we put it to gold
I'm
digger?
saying she
gold
getter.
Can we workshop that? Let's do that.
Can we workshop that? Get back to you guys.
We'll run that up the flagpole. See how it lands.
Wow.
Well, Tom, you've got a goal, right? Something to drive people.
Yeah, you two have goals that you created yourselves.
Me too.
Yeah, you and Tom, right?
It's all Tom.
Diane and I have washed our hands of this. We're like,
it's all Tom. That's not.
No, I just interject something that like throws everyone off balance and then run away. I'm like, I don't like that idea, and like don't have any other suggestion, and then just not helpful.
All right, so I guess we're talking about this now, and we teased it on the last episode, but we have an announcement. We are going to be having an event, like our first official event of this podcast. I don't necessarily count Run the Lakes, although that was an event, but this is our first.
No, I count Run the Lakes.
Okay,
it is an event.
This is our second event.
Okay, this is our second event.
We had strangers show up for Run the Lakes.
Exactly.
This is our second event. We are calling it, and it's not that creative, but we'll run for virtually live race. So
I thought it was very creative, Tom.
I know. I can't take a compliment. But what this is, it's a single running event, and we are targeting the date of April 10th. So a couple months out so you can work up to it. But basically, it's a choose your own adventure virtual race, but we're going to really beef up the engagement and kind of the fanfare around this thing. So pick your distance. It can be anything from a 5K to an ultra. It's whatever you want to run. Pick your course. It could be a brand new course, somewhere you've always wanted to try, or your favorite place to run. And you could just have fun with it. Maybe try to draw something with your course route. Get real creative. You can run it solo. You can run it with friends, usually better with friends. Bonus if they're non-listeners. But really, it's whatever you want to do. But to kind of bring this all together, we're going to have a shared start time. We'll probably kick off like 7 or 8 a.m., probably 8 a.m. on that Saturday. We'll go live on Instagram or something and all count down and start together. Wear your favorite outfit, or you can wear a costume if you want, or your favorite gear. All finishers of this race will get a custom cut wooden medal and one other item, probably, which we're trying to decide on what that's going to be.
Guys, we're going to do a medal.
Yes.
What?
Yes. I'm very excited about this.
Is it a medal if it's wood?
A medallion?
Yes,
A wooden medallion.
Oh,
medallion.
It's short for medallion. Oh.
The more you know. So, to
What just
recap.
happened?
That blew my mind.
What just happened?
See, I need you both to go on mute.
Oh gosh.
Like, I literally saw the light bulb. You could see it on his face.
Michael, you're the brains of this
Oh
operation.
my god.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow, that was amazing that I've never realized that until just now.
That a
Really?
That is
medal
insane.
is-
I
Okay.
never put it together.
Okay.
I never thought about it.
So it can be a wooden
Medallion.
Yes. We are in the midst of designing it right now. We're very excited about it.
Yeah. And so, again, to recap, choose your own adventure, choose your own distance, choose your own course. I think we're going to have the night before the race, we might go live on YouTube and just chit chat, maybe do like a little happy hour to get everybody excited about it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And go crazy on social media. Like
Yeah.
tag us in it, tag your friends in it, whoever you're running with. Post on Instagram and Facebook, and we really want to know why you chose the course you chose or the distance you chose or kind of what you're running for. But really, this whole thing is to get everybody engaged, to get everybody jazzed, because this whole podcast is all about what motivates you to run and what will you run for. So part of the best thing about running is the community. So that's what this is.
And
So-
so I
go ahead.
said it was creative because we are virtually live, because we're going to do as much live stuff as we possibly can. We're going to try and do the live happy hour. We're going to try and do a live video on Instagram. Between now and then, Tom and I are going to figure out how to do a dual live video on Instagram, because I know you can do that where we're both live at the same time. We're going to figure it all out, and we're going to cheer you to the finish lines. So yeah, we're really excited. It's virtual, but it's live.
Virtually live.
And when is it again? Give me that-
April 10th.
April 10th. There we
April
go.
10th, guys.
Now, just so you know, if you sign up, we do really want this to be as live as possible. April 10th is when all the hoopla is going to happen.
Is it hoo-ha?
Hoopla.
Wow, what an episode we are having.
If you guys would stop laughing. This is embarrassing.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
When I want to make a sign that says when all the hoo-ha is happening.
Michael has to bleep a lot of stuff now.
I think that's okay.
You think that's okay?
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
Hoo-ha's okay.
Yeah. It's not like me last episode.
Oh, you dropped an F-bomb?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Hoopla is what I was trying to say. Apparently, I was having issues with that. But anyway, the point was that if you are unable to make it at that exact date and time, you can run this at any point during April, and we will still get you your medal.
I love it.
That's great. You guys should have did it on the 20th.
Oh, yeah. What were you thinking?
Neither
Like we
of
need
you are any help. Neither of you are any help.
No, we were
Can you really edit some of this stuff out?
I will edit some of it down. It's fun.
we were no help. Well, I think our main topic today can help you get ready for that. What are we talking about, Tom?
Yeah.
Not cold weather running.
Not cold weather running.
We're talking about training.
Woo!
Yeah.
What is
And-
training?
And I am going to have the least to say about this because I am fortunate enough that whenever I have a distance race, and the farthest I've gone is a half, I just asked Diana to put it in calendar.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
That's
Just-
amazing.
So she is your training calendar.
She reverse engineers it, and I just know exactly when I have to hit what distances to build up to it.
Awesome.
So it's been very nice.
So
I've been very spoiled.
this topic idea actually came from, is it Kimbry? Is that how you say her name?
Yep.
Kimbry actually shot us a message that said that she was catching up on some old episodes, and she was wondering if we were planning to put together training plans on our list of topics. And so when we started talking about doing the virtually live race, we thought that this would be a good kind of leap off of that, because we are about eight-ish weeks out from that date. So it's like kind of the perfect time to pick a plan and figure out what you want to do to get to whatever your distance is going to be.
All right. So, do any of us follow? I know you've followed training plans in the past. Diana, I know you've done Galloway, right?
Yeah, I've done
Training plan.
Galloway, and then I've done like Disney puts out training plans through Galloway, and that's typically what I follow for most races. Although he has you train up past the distance, and I never do that. So that's kind of the one adjustment that I make. But I will just go and I'll pick a random training plan and then just backdate it to whatever race I'm running. So even if it's not a Disney race, like I usually just grab that as my template.
Yeah, I think I haven't done them like I've definitely mildly used them, but I'm not like super tight on them. Like, oh, I got to hit this, I got to hit that, where like it'll throw me off. I did one for Umstead last year, remember?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah,
I mean, it was very loose. You kind of threw it together, and
no, you're thinking of 30-hour. Umstead, I downloaded the training plan from Umstead.
Yes, but again,
I
didn't
didn't
quite
follow
it. That's what I'm saying, is that it was a very loose.
Yeah.
You used it very loosely.
Loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
I personally, when I first started running, I was a training plan crazy person.
Stickler.
Sure. That's not the term my friends used for me, but whatever. I used Hal Higgins a lot. He's pretty well known. His plans are amongst some of the most popular. I have some friends who've used like Jack Daniels. I think Ryan Armbruster from the Renohana podcast is a pretty big proponent of him. And I have personally used the Hansen method. Yes, exactly. The Hansen method is very heavy on the you don't go over six. So that was for my first marathon. You don't go over 16 miles on any run, but you do a lot of back-to-backs. So the idea is that you would do a 10-miler and then a 16-miler so that you're running your 16-miler on tired legs. And it's also all about very, very, very easy running. So it was actually very difficult because
I don't know. I think that would be a mental challenge for me, because I think if I only trained up to 16 and I knew it wouldn't be a physical thing. I think physically it would get me there, but mentally, like if it was like I still had an extra 10 miles to go. I think that would have gotten
I think
in my
that's
head.
like the biggest thing people's biggest hangups on Hansen method. And now that I have a lot more experience, I would go back and use it again.
Yeah.
Back then,
Yeah.
I had trouble with it for multiple reasons. So the first reason was, again, like you said, the 16 miles. I wasn't quite sure about it, but I'd read a lot about it. I knew a lot of people who'd use it very successfully. So I was going to try it. It is a heavy plan. You run almost 6 days a week. I think you run 5 to 6 days a week.
That's
so
a
it's
lot.
a lot of running. And at that time, I wasn't used to that much running. I think, like I said, now I could go back and probably do it. But your peak weeks were like 50. And being a newer runner to marathons, that's a lot. And then
That
the
is a
other
lot.
part
That's a lot.
is that the Hansen method is all about running slow to get fast. So you own all of your miles. If your goal is like a 10:30 to an 11-minute marathon, you're running most of your miles at like 12:50s. Like your
Why is
long
that?
runs, because it's all about science. It's like the slow twitch muscles versus the fast twitch muscles. You've really got to train the slow twitch muscles in order to have the endurance component.
Yeah,
and
I
so
get that. Like, because
all
I get like
of
long runs are slow.
yeah.
But do you still do speed work with
Yes.
that?
So all of your concentration is you do a lot of long miles, but they're all really easy. So you're not really overexerting yourself. And then there's very specific like speed work, and everything had a target. Like everything, like you gave them your goal pace, and they pretty much told you through charts and everything exactly how fast you're supposed to do all your speed work, how fast you're supposed to do every 400, every 800, like every recovery, like everything was just written out for you. It was a lot.
You were very type A back then, so it was probably perfect for you.
It was. Yeah. I don't think that I could follow a plan like that. I think I could do the miles now, but I just think that I don't like as much structure like that anymore.
Yeah. I'm not super big on the structure, but I think it's great to have an outline to go off of, even if you're not a structure person. Like if you're a structure person, I would say definitely go for a plan and follow it as closely as you can. But if you're not, just use the plan as a guide and still keep your freedom to do what you feel comfortable doing, I mean, in the end, not like professional runners, so you want to enjoy it too. So if the training plan is making you miserable, don't do it.
I think that's
just if your needs.
That's sort of just what I learned along the way, was that I was being very strict about everything, and so I would be tired, and then I'd be moody, and then I wouldn't feel like running, and it kind of took the joy out of the running part of it.
Were you being a real hoo-ha?
Real hoo-ha.
Hoopla.
I would also say that I think following a training plan is as much mental as it is physical, because if you know that if you're working up to, 13 miles, if you're working up to a half marathon, and you know that you've completed 10, 11 miles on a training plan, you can do the distance that you're going for. I feel like that's the mental hurdle that following a training plan gets you over. I think that's very valuable.
Yeah, and I think when I am doing a training plan, I stick to the long runs more than anything. Like I'll play with like what I do in the middle, and like if I'm doing speed work or how many days a week I'll run. But I always do like that long run within a mile of what it tells me to do. It's like typically where I try and get strict, and I usually do that on a Saturday or Sunday. What got me was during dopey training, it was really difficult for me because the training plan we were following had us do, and my friends Nikki, Nicole, and I were all doing it, and we'd have to do like 10 miles on like a Wednesday or a Thursday, and it wasn't good for me. So I felt like maybe that's why I felt like so crappy during dopies, because I like didn't always do that. I would do something, but I wouldn't do 10. But Nikki did everything and followed it 100% to the letter. And she felt way better at the end of the race than I did. And I was like, well, maybe if I'd done 10 miles on a Thursday, I would have felt better.
I mean, there is something to that, because I will say, and it's something I've said even now, is we do 5Ks and 10 and 5 milers during the week. And I used to do 8 milers pretty consistently, and like 1 8 miler in the middle of the week.
Yeah, me too.
And I felt way better doing that.
I haven't done a 10K or like more than like 5 miles in the middle of the week in like a year. It's been like, I need to get back into it. Well, and actually my friend Nikki, she just sent me a training plan that I thought was really good. I'm not super following it. I think she is right now for a half marathon training. And you do 5 miles on certain like weekdays, but it's all over the place. Like it's not consistent. I'm like very much of a, these are the days of the week I run, and these are the days of the week I do something else. And this plan has you running Tuesday, running Thursday, running Friday, running Saturday. And then the next week, like running Monday and running Wednesday and running Saturday. It's so weird how I'm like not structured, but I also have kind of like, well, I run on Mondays.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So
yeah.
One of my favorite plans, and that's what I was just trying to remember the name of. When I signed up for the New York City Marathon, they had like an option to like sign up for a virtual training coach thing through what's called the Run Coach app.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so I was running it with some friends. So we had decided that we were going to all sign up for this Run Coach app. And basically, when you sign up for the app, once they give you like your login and everything, it asks you a bunch of questions like, have you run a marathon before? What's your current easy pace? What's your current fast pace? What's your current 5K PR? What's your current half marathon PR? What's your goal? And then it asks you which weekend day you want your long run to be on, and what other weekday you always want off.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. And so once you put all this information in, it built your entire plan for you, and it was like kind of customized to you. But the nice part is every Sunday they would email you your plan for the next week, or I guess it was maybe Friday or Saturday, because it was a couple days before the week began, before like that Monday began, so you could take a look at it. But what it did was it kind of like you put in your like what you ran, and it sank with Strava. So it would like read your runs, and then if you were running slower than you were expecting to, like it kind of the next week adjusted your plan. Like it told you, yeah, it was actually a really cool, like it was an adaptive plan.
Oh,
so it was actually
was it expensive, or did you get it free with the race?
No, I mean, you had to pay for it as an extra, but I think it was like, I want to say it was like $50 for the whole plan.
That's not bad.
So it really wasn't. And I liked that it kind of took the thinking out of it. And again, like you said, there was some sort of structure, because you always knew Tuesday was going to be your like workout day for running. Like you knew that they were going to give you a speed work or a fartlek or a hills run or something. And then you knew that your long run was always going to be on Saturday, because that's the day you asked for. And I kind of liked that structure, but I liked that you didn't quite know exactly what was like. While there was some structure, it wasn't like so structured where you knew everything going into it and you could like see the whole plan. And I kind of liked that. So I'd recommend that, because they do have, like if you go to runcoach.com, they do have like where you can just buy the plan. It doesn't have to be through New York Roadrunners.
Oh, yeah, that might be worth it.
yeah, and going back to the long run thing, like I think on your first, like if you're doing your first half or your first full, it is probably good to hit that weird benchmark of like, I guess for a half would be what, like 10 miles on a training run. And then for a full, that 20 is like a mental barrier kind of. Definitely on the first one, I can understand wanting to do that. But yeah, like now I don't feel like I would have to do that at all. And I would feel comfortable. But the first couple I did, I definitely feel like I needed it mentally to be like, oh yeah, I can do 20.
Yeah.
But,
I'm so inconsistent with my running. Like for a half marathon we're planning to do in March, I'm like, well, I got to get up to at least 10.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. But you know you can finish it. So
yeah. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, because you both are ultra runners. If you were signed up for Dopey, would you follow a training plan?
No.
Not at this point, no.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
because
think-
you guys run like
But we-
dopey distance like every week.
Yeah, but we run,
I mean, we did back to back to back. Like last week, we did 8, 10, like 12. didn't
Yeah,
we? So I
something
mean,
like that, yeah.
it basically is dopey training every other weekend.
yeah.
Because you're crazy.
Whereas I guess I've committed to Dopey.
2023. Yes, you did.
I don't know. I committed. I don't know if you did.
I'm going to have to start training now.
Well, first you got to train for that ultra.
Yeah.
I have not committed to that.
And if you can do an ultra, you can definitely do dopey.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do an
Dude,
ultra.
Dopey, the grind is getting up every morning, honestly.
No, that's true.
Surviving getting up every morning is a lot of that, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of ultra, I know that that was one of Kimberly's questions, actually. Like, is she, I'm assuming she's maybe thinking about doing an ultra? Do you know? Have you talked to her?
I don't think I've talked to her in a few weeks.
Yeah, she mentioned
we
something.
did like a happy hour with her a few weeks ago.
She mentioned something in her comment that says she's dying to hear the structure of a run, walk, marathon distance and how to do a 20-mile run before 50-milers
Ooh.
without completely killing myself. So I'm curious, Kimberly,
Well,
are
it's
you
so funny
planning on
because
running an ultra?
Her boyfriend is so scientific about everything. So I think she's just interested in other opinions.
I think that's why I like the Hansen method, because it was very scientific. It talked about your fast twitch muscles versus your slow twitch muscles. And I liked all that sciencey stuff and like the run efficiency and like the VO2 max and like all that stuff. So I was really super into that. It actually made me think about being a coach for a little while, because I was super into like all of the like nerdy kind of stuff and the data kind of facts about running. But then, life.
Yeah.
So that never happened. But so one of the questions on our outline just says, training for an ultra, how is it different than other distances?
I think it's similar to a marathon, just maybe do a little extra mile. Like it depends. Like I would say not similar to your first marathon, but similar to like if you're going to run a goal marathon, you're going to be doing 40 to 50-mile weeks. I would say if you're doing that, you can do anything up to a 50-miler.
I don't know if I even did that high mileage at any point during any of my marathon, even my goal marathons. I think I only ever really got up to 35 miles before I started ultraing. So I don't necessarily know that you need to get up that high.
No, I don't think so. I'm just
because
saying
I think even my first 50K, I think I was rounding around 35-mile max weeks, was my peak weeks. I think the big difference in ultra is just knowing that no one really cares about your pace in ultra for the most part, especially if you're doing a trail ultra. So walking is a skill that I didn't know I should have. So intervaling is actually kind of important once you get up to those distances, because you got to like learn how to walk efficiently.
Yeah.
And at a
Which
decent
I don't
pace.
do.
Yeah,
I like mosey when I walk.
Yeah.
Me too.
She drifts.
So I think that's something
too.
that we've ourselves have been working on a lot more, is just learning how to walk faster and be a little swifter in our walk.
Yeah, because
It's funny. I asked Anita Thebo that, and because I know like they do really short, the Thebos, they do really short intervals.
do
And I
30,
remember
30s.
messaging her on Facebook, and she's like, practice walking fast. Like just walk on a treadmill really fast. Like,
Have you ever done a race with Anita?
oh yeah, it's insane.
Oh my God, she walks so fast. It's like
walks so
14-minute pace, like walking. I'm
That's
like,
amazing.
what
I
is
get like
happening?
flying pig. I was like, what is happening? Maybe it wasn't flying pig. Maybe it was
Bird in hand.
bird in hand.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah. My gosh, she walks so fast.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, walking is you can trim more time off of walking than you can running more easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not proficient at it, for sure.
Yeah. So I think that's why the treadmill helps me. because when I'm running outside, my walks can get like real slow, and on the treadmill, I don't let them get that slow.
Yeah, no, that's actually a good point, because I like to do my speed work on treadmills, and I haven't been able to be on a treadmill in a long time. I was thinking about that yesterday when I actually went out there and I actually put a whole workout in my watch yesterday, where I would like a quarter mile like at a 5K pace, a recovery, a half a mile at a 10K pace, a recovery, a 3/4. I was very proud of myself.
Very nice.
See, when we pay through Charm City Run, we have a coach and we just like it and we like to support them. And she gives us a training plan, and on Wednesdays we either alternate. Like some weeks we do hill work and then someday we do speed work, and she tells us to do stuff like that. And sometimes I do it, and sometimes I'm like, I'm just out here winging it. Like I know she gave us a workout to do, but this is what I'm doing.
Yeah. I like that when you put it in your watch, it takes all of the thinking out of it. So my watch will just beep and be like, okay, now run a half a mile, and then it'll beep when a half a mile is done and I can walk, and then it'll beep. So I do like that. So that's kind of a good tip if you have a Garmin. Or probably a Sunto, or any of or even some of the apps I think now on your phones allow you to put workouts in them. There's so many different options that if you're going to do like a speed workout and you don't want to be on a track, or you don't have access to a track or a treadmill, it's an easy way to get outside and still get those intervals in at specific distances without having to constantly look at your watch and be paying attention.
I definitely used intervals like in a not structured way to extend my mileage.
Yeah.
Like when I first started, like when I was training for the first marathon, I would, made sure I did a walk segment every mile just to, stretch out my mileage for that run.
Yeah.
So I kind of used it in a, not like official structured way, but I definitely used intervaling in a way.
All right. What outside of running, what else do you build into a training plan?
These days, nothing.
Oh God.
Actually, I've been doing morning yoga every morning for the last 2 weeks, and it's been really good. So cross training obviously is something to talk about, which I think we talked a little bit even about last week when we talked about new runners.
Yeah. And it was interesting. I did homework this week. So I was looking around at different training plans, and I kind of jumped into Hal's website, and he was talking about how cross training and strength training are different. And I was like, oh, cross training is my strength training. And absolutely. And that's not what he says. That your cross training should be aerobic focused. So it should be like swimming or cycling or walking. And then in addition to that, strength training. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff we have to do.
Wait, what?
Yeah. That's what he says.
Are you sure you want to be a runner?
Gosh.
Yeah, I felt my best when I was mixing in a day or two of Orange Theory a week. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I haven't done that in 2 years at this point, but that was when I felt best. So I was running probably 5 days a week and doing that on average 1 or 2 days. So it wasn't like a ton I was doing it, but it was a nice mix in there and breaking it up a little bit.
Yeah, I felt my best when I had a structure that I did. Like Mondays I did Zumba, and then I do a couple miles on the treadmill. And then Tuesday I did body pump, and I do elliptical or something like that. Wednesday I ran. Thursday I did something. I don't remember what I did. Friday was my rest day. And then Saturday I used to do Zumba and body pump. And then Sundays were my long runs. And I did that for a year and a half, 2 years. And that's when that's when I was in the best shape and when I felt the best. I think it was because I was doing
well, you were doing cross training and strength training. I was doing because you were doing because you were doing Zumba, and then you were also doing body pump, which is your strength training. So you were doing both. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit last week. That's when I say I felt my best was when I was doing the T25. So some days you were doing leg workouts, and some days you were doing cardio stuff. So I was kind of getting a little bit of both also, but also getting my runs in. So that was probably when I felt my best as well.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm doing what the heck am I doing? I'm doing 21 Day Fix. I think I mentioned it last.
Yeah.
So I'm almost done. So I don't know what I'm going to do next, but that's different every day. So like one day it's PIO and one day it's today was arms, I think, and then yoga, all kinds of random stuff. So,
and actually, and this is new for me, but the day this episode comes out, I'm going to be starting some strength training. I have a friend named Sean who, I don't know, he's all legs.
All legs.
He's all legs, but he does a lot of squats and deadlifts and rowing and stuff like that. So
he's keeping it tight.
He is keeping it tight.
Looking like a little snack.
Yes, he is. So what this is it's the app is called Strong Lifts, and it's basically it alternates 2 different workouts. And 1 week you'll do squats, bench press, and then rowing. And then the next week you'll do squats, overhead pulls, and deadlifts. And that just alternates back and forth. And you put in your start date and, whether or not you're a beginner or what you think you can do. And it incrementally builds up the different weights. So it takes all the guesswork out of it. But I'm going to couple that with swimming, with running. So hopefully...
You'll be a little snack.
I'll be a little snack. But and honestly, I'm starting real light because I have not done like strength training in a while, so I don't want to hurt myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to ease into this, and that will be an upcoming goal. To maintain this as part of my overall.
Oh, you're going to be a goal getter.
Yes, I will.
I ain't saying he a goal getter.
Don't complete that.
You used to do body pump with me.
I did. And actually, when I was training for my very first half, I was doing the Galloway app, following the Galloway method, building up to it distance-wise, and then we would also do body pump. And I think that really helped strengthen my core and back and all that jazz.
Well, I learned something new, that cross-training and strength training are 2 different things.
I learned that as well.
So did I.
Also on his site, and I thought this was a good tip, so I jotted it down in the notes since we just talked about new runners. But one of the things Hal recommended was consider doing a couple of races to familiar yourself with the sport. And so like he's got a training plan where he suggests certain points where you do a 5K or a 10K, on certain weeks so that you're getting used to it and getting used to the distance. So like your first big event that you're training for isn't the first time you've ever been to a race, which I know some people do. But I don't know. I feel like it's so overwhelming, especially if you've registered for a huge like half marathon or something. Yeah. Like to show up in Baltimore.
That's true.
On like the day where they do like the half marathon and all of that, like it would be totally overwhelming.
I agree. So. Yeah, that gets you a little like a taste of like, oh, I got to do my bib and like just little things that you have to do that you don't think about. Yeah.
Like, what's an expo? I have to pick up my bib the night before. It's like all that like logistics stuff.
And speaking of like the race thing, if you're training for like an ultra distance, like say you're training for your first 50 mile or whatever it is, it's good to use like a marathon as a training run. Like find a local because it's supported, so you don't have to worry about carrying all your crap for 26 miles. Don't worry about racing it if you're going to use it as a training run, but it's a supported training run that way. So like that's a good way. A lot of people do.
Or even like a half marathon for a marathon training. Same thing. You're getting support out there. You just get a supported run, training run.
Yeah, I did Baltimore as like a training run. I think I did the Baltimore on because I think I had to run 16 miles that day or 17 miles.
Okay.
So I did the 5K before the half.
Yeah. And
just did it as like a super slow pace. Like my friend Nikki and I, like it was really hot that day. It's 1,000 hills. And just did that as part of our training plan. So if you can incorporate that, then you don't have to carry all your stuff. So that's nice.
That's a good thing. See?
So for you guys with ultras, like I have a number in my head. So like before I run a half marathon, I need to run at least 10. Before I run a full marathon, I want to run 20 or 21 miles. Would you guys suggest that for any type of ultras? Like there a number you should train up to, or is it, I don't know, it's the same mentality.
I think I think in the beginning I tried to do longer than I needed
You were doing
to.
like 30 milers for no reason.
And really, those just break you down so much that, maybe you do a 50K before a 50 miler in the training run thing, but I think it's better to do the back-to-backs, like do a 15, a 15, and a 20, or
if you
10,
actually,
a 15, a 20, something like that. You know what I mean?
If you actually read like the blogs and or follow any of the coaches like Ian Sharman or David Roach or any like the bigger names who do a lot of the ultra marathon coaching, I think that it took me a long time myself to realize it. But most of their plans all focus on those back runs and doing like 3 long quote unquote runs in a row where you're doing like 10, 10, 16. So you're still getting a lot of miles and 36 miles in over 3 days.
Yeah.
But you're not beating your body down so badly that you have to recover from it.
Yeah.
So now after doing 10, 10, 16, while you're tired and fatigued, your muscles aren't so broken down. And in, your first marathon where you couldn't move. So you're doing these miles slower and not all at once, so that your muscles never get to that lactic threshold to the point where you have to have that recovery time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that way, if you take a day or two off, you can then return to running almost immediately after doing a 36-mile block.
Yeah, you're not having
science with Aaron.
Yeah, that way you don't have to do the full week recovery like you would have to after a race or something. Yeah.
So I think that took. I think you really wanted those 30, 35 milers for your first 100, and I don't think you really needed to do that.
Probably not. But that got canceled anyway.
No, well, I'm sorry, your first 30-hour, the 30-hour race you did a bunch of them.
I did,
and I don't think that it was really necessary. But I think that's just a learning process. And so sometimes maybe you have to do it to learn that you shouldn't have to do it.
I think it's a mental hump too.
It's kind of like wearing the cotton shirt that Diana said last week. It's just a rite of passage. Just do it.
But you just have to do it.
Just do it.
It's similar to the marathon thing where you have to run that 20 to feel like you can do the 26. I guess you don't have to run a 40 to run a 50. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
You don't have to run 90 to run 100. That's just not. That
your training plan is as much mental as it is physical.
Yeah.
If something do what feels right to you. If you say before I want to run a marathon, I'm going to follow Jeff Galloway to the T and I'm going to run 27 miles before I run my marathon, do that. Do what works for you and what makes sense for
because
you.
Because at the time, especially being as type A as I was, which is a whole different conversation. The Hansen method at that time and having those exact miles and knowing exactly what I needed to do was important for me. And it got me through. And I think mentally, I don't know that I could have gotten to where I was without all of that. But now being in a completely different place in life, it's different for me. Mm-hmm. So it is definitely very personal. While training plans are great to have, there are so many out there, and you may have to try a few of them before you find the right fit. It's kind of like shoes. Yeah,
I would say most are now starting to err towards lower mileage too. I think that's just been the movement for the past few years is lower mileage too.
Well, slower is always kind of
but I mean lower as far as not
I don't know. I haven't looked at
not like big long runs. You know what I mean?
I don't know, because I don't think the Hal Higgins plans have really changed at all.
But I know Hal slower has definitely been. Yeah.
I think the Hal Higgins plans have pretty much stayed the same. I don't know. Hal Higdon. What do I keep saying?
Higgins.
Higgins? Okay.
You've been watching too much Magnum PI.
Oh. Sorry, guys. I don't know how to say his name.
Sorry, Mr. Higdon.
Sorry, Mr. Higdon.
Thank you for listening.
If you're listening.
Thank you for listening.
We know he is. He's a huge
what if
fan.
He was listening? Could you imagine? He'd be like these a-holes.
They got my name wrong. I don't know why I talk like that.
He's like, why would anyone listen to them?
Oh, gosh.
He's like, this girl just talked about running a mile and then demanding Taco Bell and beer.
Yep.
What is this? So, yeah.
Oh.
Training plans. we're running our mileage tomorrow. We have a set number of miles I need to run tomorrow. So that's what we're doing.
There you go.
Y'all ready?
We are ready.
Y'all ready for this?
All right, now for everyone's favorite segment. It's Diana's Random Trivia with Diana, featuring Diana and the Diana players.
He read that to himself earlier today, and he just started giggling and went, "That's so silly."
It's so silly.
And if you would like your t-shirt or a mug, you can find it on tpublic.com.
Oh, God. I want theme music. Chris Chiak, if you're listening, get on
Yes, yeah.
Get on that trivia.
that. Oh,
gosh.
goodness. So this is Valentine's week, and I don't know why this has become holiday trivia because I don't always want it to be that, but I figured why not, because we are here. But as I was looking up Valentine's trivia, there were a couple things that just stood out to me that I just needed to share with the universe. The first thing is, that there are a couple like origin stories for Valentine's Day. That Valentine's Day, and this is according to the all-knowing history.com. So again, not credible trivia from Diana
Probably
is
not.
what we should name the segment. That one of the things that actually created Valentine's Day is that it came from this celebration called Lupercalia. I don't know how to pronounce it, but more importantly, it's a ruckus Roman festival on February 15th where men stripped naked and spanked young maidens in hopes of increasing their fertility. And I just needed to share that with the universe. And just to let you guys know that we'll be celebrating that this year in the Decatur Stover household.
Will we?
Wow.
Okay.
And then I went down this rabbit hole of looking into this holiday, and sometimes it was just spanking, and then sometimes it was spanking with animal hide. So
Wow.
Wow.
bonkers.
Okay.
So
Of course.
I'm in the mood for love.
I feel like they
Some
did
good
everything
trivia.
with animal hide back then, though.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And then of course there's St. Valentine and the secret marriages and all that lovely stuff that everyone knows. But I just needed to share that fun fact with everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So, all right, guys. And typically what we've been doing is I've just been asking the questions and you guys have just jumped in. So we'll start. Okay. According to mythology, who is Cupid the son of?
Zeus.
I don't know why this jumps out at me, but Eros? E-R-O-S?
I'm going to say Odin.
It's not Zeus, but I'm saying Zeus anyway.
It's Venus, the goddess of love.
Oh, that would make
duh.
sense.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
We were all really close.
Yes, we're super close. I was like, they'll get that one. Because even if you don't know, that's what you'll guess.
Oh,
Oh, goodness.
I'm not putting
All right.
a lot of thought into this. I'm sorry.
No. Okay. Now, these are my favorite because they're random dates, and I just love it when you guys guess dates because
no.
they're so absurd.
God.
When was the first Valentine sent?
1701.
I'm going to say 1801.
I know Millhouse gave Lisa
I choose you.
Valentine's.
No, that was Ralph.
That was Ralph, yeah.
That was
Ralph William.
Okay. I even got that wrong. 1650.
Oh, Tom was actually closest. It
Wow.
was 1415.
Wow.
Whoa.
1415. Whoa.
Charles, Duke of Orleans, wrote his wife when he was in prison in the Tower of London and signed it, Your
Oh.
Valentine.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh.
So
So
sweet.
sweet.
Was he in like an Iron Maiden?
I did no
At the
other
time.
research.
I have no facts to support this.
I actually have no facts to support this. I don't even know where I found this information. All right. Candy hearts. When were they invented?
Oh.
I love them, by the way. We could have a whole debate on that.
I'm going to say late 1800s, like 1892.
That feels like a good number. I'm going to say 1912.
Oh, I was going to say 1918.
Oh, you guys are actually all pretty close. So they got their heart shape in 1902, but they were actually invented in 1847 by a Boston pharmacist who was trying to invent a machine that simplified lozenges.
Oh, well, there you go.
And then he created Necco, like Necco wafers.
Yeah.
And then, figured out how to print on them and then put them into little hearts.
Oh, that's lovely.
And now they sell about 100,000 of them every year.
Didn't they go out of business for a little while?
Necco
And then,
did.
yeah. Because I remember this is the only reason why, for some reason, I had 19 something. It might be the 1902 one that was stuck in my head. I remember like hearing about reading in the history of it semi recently, like within the last couple of years.
I don't know.
Because I remember the candy hearts were going to go away. And they were like really
something.
upset. And there was like a whole big thing. And I read the history.
Yeah,
of
they
them.
did go out of business. But like I don't know, a couple brands have them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
That's a debate,
pharmacist's
and
name was Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka. Oh, God. All right. Ooh, when was the first box of Valentine's Day chocolate sold? I don't know why I did all dates, just because I think it's hysterical.
Chocolates.
Partly because Tom doesn't know when anything happened.
I gotta go early. I gotta go.
He's been pretty close this time, though.
1926.
I'm going to say 1792.
Columbus sailed the
Something
ocean.
else
Blue,
happened.
yeah. I don't know. Chocolate's been around for a really long time, so I'm gonna say like 1690.
Guys are all over the place. 1868.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nobody was really that close.
I went really old.
Richard Cadbury.
Oh, like Cadbury eggs?
Like Cadbury eggs.
Sir Richard
Yeah.
Cadbury.
Okay, this one's fun. Okay, so they're in a box of chocolates. There are lots of different flavors. So there's coconut, cream-filled, chocolate-filled, nuts, chocolate in it, caramel, all kinds of different kinds. What is the favorite or the most popular type in a chocolate box?
Well, life is like a box of chocolates, and you never know what you're gonna get.
God, that movie sucks.
All right.
I cannot believe you.
All right. Hold on.
Wait, what?
So, what's the most popular?
Yeah,
Caramel.
chocolate. Yeah.
No,
like
it can't be.
I'm going to say it's the buttercream.
I'm so with Michael. It's either buttercream or vanilla cream, and
Yeah.
it better not be coconut, or I'll walk.
If it's
You're both-
coconut should be in the trash.
Thank
What?
you.
Get out of here. Almond Joy is like my favorite candy.
Oh gosh.
It's the best. I'll tussle you on that.
It's like chewing dirt.
Thank you.
Cannot. I
Thank
cannot
you.
with Aaron was right. It's caramel.
I was pretty
Caramel?
sure. Yeah,
Caramel.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Whichever.
I like how Tom was like, you're wrong. It can't be that.
Oh God, I love it. I love it. Oh, ooh. Which percent of Americans skip Valentine's Day?
Well, I'm one of them, so
Yeah.
I think it's a big number. I think it's like over 50%.
Yeah. Man,
it's Americans. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Specifically?
47%.
Oh my God.
I'd say like 38%.
I said 50.
3 out of every 10.
30%.
Is that
30%.
30%?
God. That's sad.
Yep. But they're
Why is
all
that sad?
liars.
It should be
So
higher.
a quarter of the people that say they aren't celebrating Valentine's Day still plan on doing something special, whether it's treating themselves, a friend, or a family member to a little token of appreciation.
See, I guess that's
So-
true.
Oh,
Because
man.
like I don't really celebrate it, but like I always send a card to my nieces and nephews, or like there's always like somebody that I like do something for. Like even though I haven't celebrated, I don't know, Valentine's Day in years.
Yeah. I love Valentine's Day.
Do you?
I love love.
I like love too, but I feel like I can celebrate that every single day of the year. I don't need a special day to do
I
that.
think everything should be a special occasion.
Well, yeah, I mean, if every day is going to be a special occasion, then then what do you need
Make your own
Valentine's Day
magic.
for?
I don't need to be told when to love someone.
Exactly. I'll love them when I want to.
if you don't support Valentine's Day, how is Hallmark going to churn out all those movies?
Oh,
Like,
true.
I'm just saying.
Should we have tussled over this?
Oh, we could have. There was lots of statistics on cards. I don't know if I had a question in here, but there was lots of that. This question is for Aaron, but the boys can answer as well. What % of people buy Valentine's Day gifts for their pets?
Ooh, that's going to be a high percentage. 90%.
35%.
I'm going to go 75%.
27%.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you.
Why?
Those people do not deserve pets.
I agree. My cat agrees. In case you can if you can hear him, as you could on the last episode, my cat agrees that those people are monsters.
Yep, of course. Oh, what TV show originated the spin-off holiday, Galentine's Day, and when is it?
Oh, I mean, come on. Parks and Rec.
Oh, I don't watch.
I cannot imagine that didn't exist before Parks and Rec. You're probably right because I don't have an answer, but I'm going to say Golden Girls.
It was Parks and Rec.
See?
Galentine's Day is February 13th.
Yeah, it's the day before Valentine's Day.
And
Sorry,
her
I
quote
forgot
is,
that was part of the question.
My
Sorry.
lady friends and I leave our husbands and boyfriends at home, and we just come and kick it breakfast style.
Yes.
Hose
Leslie
before bros,
Knope.
ovaries before broveries, uteruses before deuteruses.
Yes. And I post something on my social media every Valentine's Day.
Oh, I'm doing a Galentine's Day celebration this year.
Are you?
We're doing ladies brunch.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay, Valentine's Day is the biggest holiday for florists. What is the second?
Mother's Day.
Yeah, it's got to be Mother's Day.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
It's the right answer, Tom.
Excellent.
Yeah,
answer.
once he said it, I was like, yeah, there's no way. There's
no
different.
other answer.
Yeah, there's no other answer to that.
No other answer.
Yep. And I kept it short and sweet this week.
All right.
This one's kind of hard though. In which Shakespeare play does he refer to Valentine's Day?
It's got to be Who's It's?
Taming of the Shrew.
Who's It's by Shakespeare?
Who's It's?
I want to say Romeo and Juliet.
I don't think it is.
Is Taming of the Shrew Shakespeare?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought so. That's my answer.
Does Aaron have an answer?
Othello, even though
Othello?
Did you say Othello?
Othello.
Is he related to Hal Higgins?
Othello?
Yes.
Hal Higgins and Othello?
Yes.
It's Hamlet.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't remember it in Hamlet, actually.
I could read it to you if you're really that intrigued, but my iambic pentameter reading is probably not great.
How's your Othello?
Othello.
Whatever.
So that concludes another Diana's Random Trivia
That was delightful.
with
Thank you.
Diana.
That was good. We were
Next
way
time-
closer on the dates this time.
You were way
general.
closer on the
Yeah.
dates. Was it Thanksgiving where you guys were crazy with your
It was
my
dates?
God,
not
probably
close
not
at
even
all.
close.
Not close.
I was like,
Oh, God.
They were not close at all.
yeah, there's a ton of Valentine's Day trivia out there, but anytime it had something remotely with a date, I'm like, I'm using that one.
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness.
All right, guys. Well, that brings us to something good. Who wants to tell me something good?
Well, I'm gonna
go
kick
ahead,
us
Erin.
off real quick because my something good is something that I neglected to do before right now. But we played Will Run for Bingo, and we had like 10-ish participants, and I was very excited that you guys all shared your posts and all your pictures, and I promised that there was going to be some winners. So my something good is the winners of the Will Run for Podcast Bingo. And so
Oh, I love
right
that.
now I have all of these names in my hand, and I'm going to have Michael pick 3 of them.
That's 3.
That's 3. So our first winner.
Must be nice. Someone did bingo.
Here's what happened. We were playing bingo, and I was going to run outside, and I didn't ask Diana if she wanted to be a participant, and I just did it myself. I'm a bad person,
You are a very bad
but this
person.
isn't about me. Aaron?
This is about the winners.
Yes.
So the first winner and I'm going to put together some prize packs. The first prize pack is going to be a bunch of nutrition stuff. I think we have some Cliff blocks. I've got some
all kinds of.
I've got all kinds of
types
different
of things, so you can try different. Things
different
if you
things.
like.
And our first winner is Jessica. Jessica,
Yay!
I'm holding it up like Jessica can see it.
She can't see
She
it.
can't see it. So our first winner is Jessica. Our second winner is Melissa.
Woohoo!
Woo!
And
Yay,
our
Melissa!
final winner is Marcy.
Wow.
Yay!
So
Very cool.
I will reach out to you guys on Instagram or Facebook or however I can find you, and I will get your addresses and I will send you guys out some prize packs.
Awesome.
Oh,
Very cool.
congratulations.
That's awesome.
So that's my something good. Congratulations.
Yay!
Who's next?
I'll go next. My something good is a human being, kind of like Aaron. So my something good this week is just Nicole Byer, because I just remember how fantastic she is. Like, I just love her on Instagram. And Tom and I started watching Nailed It on Netflix.
Mm.
And I swear to God, if I could invent a game show, this would be the game show. Like, every time we watch it, Tom just looks at me and he's like, "Did you come up with this ridiculous task
Oh
they're
my
doing
God.
right now?" Like,
Oh
like,
gosh.
there was one thing where if you did bad in the first challenge and then you go to the second challenge, you can press a button and make the other two people that did better than you like have a disadvantage, like they have to run a race or something. And one of the things was they had to use tiny hands for 3 minutes.
Oh gosh.
And I thought I was gonna pee my pants. I was laughing
Oh,
so
that's
hard.
amazing.
So I just love her. And she also she has a podcast called Newcomers, where she's never watched Star Wars in her life, and she goes through and she watches Star Wars and then just talks about it and has like a billion ridiculous questions. And season 2 just started and she's doing Lord of the Rings.
Oh gosh, that's got to be amazing.
So just the human Nicole Byer is just my something good.
That is amazing.
I love her.
Well, my something good is something that we kind of happened upon within the last week or so. It's not new. It is the Great British Baking Show.
It's
The
wonderful.
best.
I'm sure everyone knows it. It's on Netflix. If you aren't familiar, do yourself a favor and check it out. It's a baking competition. It is the most delightful piece of television I have ever seen.
Yep.
Everyone's polite. They support each other. They'll clap when they're in last place and someone else is in first place, and they'll all just clap. And I don't know. It's just like the way that they describe food as being, oh, that's a beautiful pastry puff, or you know, that's nice. That's whatever it is. British people are so eloquent, and I'm proving my
nice.
point. I'm proving my point right now because I can barely talk. But the way that they just talk about food is the best thing that I've ever heard.
That's a really nice cracker.
That is a really nice cracker.
Oh gosh.
It's brilliant. Like, anywho, great British baking show. Do yourself a favor. If you just want something nice on, check it out.
Yes, I agree with the nice thing. I think that I
Very
feel like we
relaxing.
talked about this at one point because I remember Michael talking about how nice everyone was on it.
Yes.
But it's the supportiveness. Like everyone's so like behind each other. Like when someone like is in last place, or they'll actually like or finishing last, like haven't like
Yeah, they'll
they're
run
down
over
to the
and help.
wire. They'll run over and help each other. It's like even
Yeah.
though it's a competition, it's amazing. They're so
Compare
kind.
it to American
I know.
baking
Yeah.
competitions where they hate each other and they're trying to, you know, whatever, man. Great
Yeah.
British Baking Show.
I
Check
agree.
it out.
You know who else worked together?
Oh God. Here we go.
Everybody in the universe worked together to get rid of Ming in the wonderful film Flash Gordon,
I cannot.
which is
Flash Gordon.
my something good this week because I loved Flash Gordon growing up.
Does it
I
hold up?
yes, it does. It's beautiful. Like the set designs and the costuming
I'll give
are
him that.
beautiful.
I'll give him that. It's very colorful
just-
for like the time period
yeah.
that it was out. There's a lot of great. The
Just
costuming
gorgeous.
is
Yeah.
very interesting, but definitely unique. And
How about the thighs on that
oh my
Hawk guy?
God. I just don't even know. I don't even know. I mean, these hawk guys are wearing barely any clothes.
Yeah.
It's very strange costuming.
That one guy was really tan too. And what's his name's in it? The guy who was in James Bond. He was James Bond at one. Timothy Dalton.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Timothy Dalton.
Yeah,
is in
he
that.
plays like a Robin Hood type character. He's fantastic in it. It's just Flash is amazing. He's a quarterback. He's a defender of the universe.
Flash.
Ming the Merciless, Max von Sydow, the amazing Max von
Oh
Sydow.
my gosh.
Just
I
forget.
watched this for the first time all the way through in like this past week. I've never watched.
Who was he a
this
quarterback
before.
for?
the
Wasn't it
New
like
York Jets.
The New York Jets.
Yeah, that's it.
And how about that Queen score? Are you kidding me? Queen.
Rush.
They're all flying. All the Hawk people are flying to go kill Ming, and he's on like a. What is he on? It's like almost like a
my
jet
God.
ski in the sky. He's
chariot,
riding.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. He could go on forever about this.
It's amazing. I love that movie so much growing up. Everybody watch Flash Gordon. And if you want to watch something else, watch Flesh Gordon, the sex comedy
God.
from the 70s. After you get done
Man,
watching.
That caught me. That caught me.
I believe that might be on Tubi. So
Oh,
check
God.
out that. Check out Flesh Gordon.
All right, guys.
Please leave that in.
All right. So with that brings us to the end of the episode. Thank you everybody for listening.
God.
We really appreciate it.
We're gonna go watch WandaVision.
We're gonna go watch. Oh, I'm so excited. As you know, please continue to engage with us on social media. Please, if you want to, leave us a review. Tell your friends about us. Check out the other podcasts that we reference from time to time because they're all doing awesome stuff.
Mhm.
And then just help keep building this community. We really, really appreciate it. And we hope we entertain you.
And look out for more information about signing up for the Will Run for Virtually Live race.
Yes.
Yes.
It's virtually live.
When this episode drops, we will post all the details about this race.
Excellent.
Nice. Maybe we'll get another group together here in Columbia.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be nice. Run the Lakes Challenge Part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So for Aaron, Michael, and Diana, this is Tom, and we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
My Oreo's really loud.
I cannot deal with you.
It's fine. Laughing is good. It gives
not-
Tom energy. It gives
This is
Tom.
a professional
Listen,
I was
Tom,
trying to be so
production,
sneaky.
and you're trying to be
The bag
sneaky.
was so loud.
Well, they have the quietest bags. The plastic inside the Oreo container is like.
All right, I'm sorry. You can start. You can start.
I think this is
I-
the lead-in.
I think it is because it's higher energy
Yeah.
when this happens.
All right. 3, 2, 1.